Alright, g'day guys, and welcome again to another Realmworks video. Tonight I thought we'd have a look at something that popped up over on the forums. For anyone who's been around for a while, you'll know that Realmworks doesn't have the capability of printing the content that we create with it. And for some users, that's been a game breaker. And they've been asking for the ability to print for a while. And they haven't given us that yet, just to be clear. Everything I'm about to discuss here is content created, functionality created by the community, or more specifically, created by 8-Bitz. He's very cleverly put together something that will basically give you the ability to export your realm into a HTML format, which of course then gives you the ability to print from that website that it creates. All right, now, guys, before we proceed, I'm just going to call out here, this is advanced. This is not something that you should be attempting if you're brand new to Realmworks, or even if you probably don't even understand what I'm talking about. We are going to be using PowerShell. If you're likely going to need to make a change to your security settings to enable the PowerShell script to run. And it's not as pretty as I imagine people want it to be, but it works. And because it works, I think it's important that we show you how it's done so that the people out there can put it together and do something useful for it. It is also brand new. All right, so this is a work in progress that's only been created 1 week out of the export importability. And it's something that the community is already starting to work on. I can see the GitHub that's been used to basically maintain a copy of this has already been branched, and I can see there's other people starting to work on their own variations. So look, guys, just keep that in mind before we proceed. I just do want to stress out to the fact that this is an advanced technique. This is not supported by Lone Wolf. There are no guarantees here. From what I can tell, it's relatively safe. It's not going to impact your realm. But as I said, I did need to change my security settings in order to make this happen. So let's go ahead and jump over and have a look. All right, so in front of me you can see Realmworks. This is a very basic realm. This is just the tutorial content that comes with Realmworks now. For anyone who hasn't seen it, there's an option to create this in the Create New Realm settings now. And there's just a little bit of content. All right, and what you need to do is we go up to Share, and we're going to go Manage Exports. All right, and you can see here I've already saved an export setting. So I've got the compact output and the full export. Now this is important. You need to use the compact output. All right, as it says, export to a file that can be used by applications other than Realmworks. I think it says, yeah, other than Realmworks. So let's do that. All right, we'll click Export. All right, now I've just been putting this on my desktop. We'll just override that. Yes. All right, we'll let that go through. As I said, it's a small realm, so this is quick. All right, so that's created the export file. And for anyone who's played with these compact exports, this cannot now be imported into Realmworks. This is a completely different file type. All right, and now if we have a look here, I've got my tutorial realm. There it is. All right, the next thing. It's a multi-step part here. We're going to head over to the forums. All right, we'll start at the top. So Lone Wolf forums, forums.wolflayer.com/index.php. Okay, we're going to go to the Realmworks discussion, and specifically we're going to be looking for the thread. Where is it? It's called XML transformation script PowerShell. Okay, it's by 8-Bitz. All right, you can see in here, this is the thread that he's using to obviously keep track of what he's doing. And he's created a GitHub, fantastic idea, so that we can obviously see the work and all the different commits happening and the revisions. All right, as I said before, I can see someone's already forked this. And you can see here he's got a copy of everything. Now, what you need to do is click Download Zip. All right, we click Download Zip. That's going to download the file. Once that file is finished, you need to obviously unzip it. So we're going to open it. For me, I dragged it onto my desktop and then I renamed it the export script. All right, so just to show you guys that it is indeed the same thing, there we go. Okay, now you want to make the folder name something you can easily remember because you do need to type it. All right, now this is where you head back to the GitHub. And ideally, you want to read through at least the headings on these files here. All right, so you can see the beginning of the file, and more importantly, if you go down far enough, there's some instructions. Here it is. All right, so there's some instructions for you to use to follow how to do this. All right, I'm going to run you through how this is done. It's not easy. I wouldn't say this is something that someone who's using a computer for the first time should be doing. It does require the use of a command prompt, and I did have to change my security settings. Okay, so let's proceed. So first thing first, it didn't work for me. So I did have to change my security settings. And you can see here I had a policy that basically said, I think it was restricted. So no PowerShell scripts could be run, can only be used in interactive mode, and that wasn't going to work for me. What I needed was to set it to unrestricted. So no restriction, all PowerShell scripts can be run. All right, now, security warning, security alert, all PowerShell scripts can be run. All right, let's be very clear. This is a dangerous thing. So my recommendation would be you run what I'm about to show you how to run to set it to unrestricted. You run the script and you get your output out, and then you come back and you set it back to wherever it was that you were. Okay, that would be the safest way to do it. So to see where you're at currently, you can come down here and you want Get-ExecutionPolicy just dash list. I'm going to type this in here. Okay, and where do we run this? All right, you need PowerShell. So you press start, and if you're on Windows 10, it should have come with it. I don't know about other versions. You'll have to do some research. Again, if you don't know how to do that, you shouldn't be doing this. All right, so this is PowerShell. Anyone who's used command prompt before will recognize it. Anyone who works in IT will probably recognize it. You can right click to paste and Get-ExecutionPolicy space dash list. We'll come back and tell us what we're sitting at. All right, so the current user is currently on unrestricted, and that's because I made that change for myself. Okay, so do this at the start. All right, basically do this and look at your output and find out what the current user, which is yourself, is currently set to. All right, just so that you know what to put it back to. Okay, then we come down and we can see here option 3, and I've just got this from obviously a website that I just randomly Googled. I want to set it to unrestricted. So I'm going to copy this option here. All right, and then using that, I copy that and I go back to my realm. I right click to paste and I press enter, and that's now set that policy. All right, so that will basically, that's what made this change to go into unrestricted. Before that, I basically, I was sitting up on restricted. All right, so security wise, I've now opened up my computer so that Windows PowerShell scripts can run. All right, now from here, what do we do? Okay, and if we go back to the GitHub, which is I think this tab here. All right, so open a PowerShell window and CD to where you saved it. If anyone remembers their DOS days, CD is change directory. All right, so we're going to go CD, and we need to basically go to the folder where we have installed the scripts. So mine's on my desktop. So c/users/deploy is the name of my computer, desktop. All right, and then what did I leave it? I put it into an extra folder. What did I call the folder? I called it export script. Press enter. And you can see there that I've now gone from the folder deploy, I'm now in the export script folder. And this is where I need to run this script from. All right, so then we're going to run the PowerShell script, specifying the source file, which is the export that we made, and then the new destination file that you wish to create or overwrite. All right, so here's one I prepared earlier. So dot, and then the script. Then you set the source. So for me, the source was obviously the desktop. As you can see here, I'm linking to this folder here, this file. All right, then the destination, where do I want it? All right, and I'm making a transformed export test. All right, that's going on the desktop. All right, so once I've got that line in place, and obviously you'll need to modify yours so that your source and destination match what you want. I'm going to copy that, I'm going to paste it in, and I'll press enter. All right, security warning. Run only scripts that you trust. All right, we trust this script right now. If you don't trust it, don't run it. If you're not sure if you trust it, don't run it. That's simply all there is to it, guys. We're going to press R to run once. And there we go. It's doing its thing in the background. I don't know if you can actually see it, but over here, the HTML files have been created, and you can actually see the size going up. All right, so that's the script doing its thing. When the script is finished, it basically comes back to the command line and it's done. All right, so we're ready. Now, what we have here is a HTML file. And if we open it, we can see it's an extract of the realm. Now, hope you weren't expecting any bells and whistles here, guys, because as I said, this is brand new functionality that's been created. And if you want the ability to print, now you can do that. All right, because technically you could press print. All right, just like on any other browser. I don't think I've ever actually figured out how to print. There it is, print from IE. I'm a Chrome user. All right, so you can go through and you can print these things out. And I'm sure if you had a big bulk of script or text, like this, the Sweet Corn Festival, you could print out something that would be relatively usable. Now, I'm sure this sort of functionality will get better over time, guys. This is week 1 of us having access to import and export. All right, I want to say an absolute huge thanks to 8-Bitz on behalf of the community for putting this together so quickly and so efficiently. We've gone from having no printability to having printability, and it's all at the thanks of obviously LoneWolf for giving us the ability to output into the compact format that they've done, and also to 8-Bitz for whipping up the script. All right, so there we go. You can now print that out and you've got the ability to print. Now, as I said before, I strongly suggest that you go back once you've done this and you reset your security settings. I don't want to be hearing people say, oh, Deplunk got my computer hacked. So I'm going to go back to a restricted policy, which says no PowerShell scripts can be signed. Actually, I'm going to go with AllSigned. I think AllSigned, which basically means it must be signed by a trusted publisher. You'll be given a prompt, so that I'm pretty comfortable with that. So I'm going to set that one. So I'm just going to copy this line. You can obviously pause my video to see what it is that I'm cut and pasting. I'm going to go back to PowerShell. I'm going to set that. All right, then I'm going to come back here. I'm going to go list my Get-ExecutionPolicy. I just want to check to make sure that I am listed, and there we go. I've now changed to AllSigned. So I'm comfortable now that my computer is now secure again, and if I did get hacked, no PowerShell scripts could be used to really screw me over. Okay, there it is, guys. We now have a completely usable HTML file. It's probably not as pretty as you'd like it. It'll probably never be as pretty as you like it. I mean, Realmworks does a really good job of that, but I don't know. People are pretty clever. Let's see what they can pull out. All right, that's all there is to it. If you've got any questions, queries, or comments, please leave them below. If there's a video that you would like to see, please do certainly ask for it. And guys, if you're enjoying these videos, please do subscribe so you can get prompted when I release new ones. With that, guys, I will see you on the forums and have a good night.